Hi, I'm Ted Hoskinson, and I'm the founder of Roots and Wings, a local nonprofit that focuses on reading for struggling readers in Delray Beach. I have a favorite book. It's called The Lonely Camel. It's one of my favorite books because it was written by teenagers in Washington, D.C., who are part of another nonprofit called Reach Incorporated. I'd like to share with you the dedication that's written in the book, and that may give you a hint of what the book is all about. The dedication reads, "The book is dedicated to any kid who is going through some troubles or problems or sadness. We want you to know that you are not alone." Late one evening, a camel himself finds himself in a dark, lonely crate. The crate starts rocking back and forth on the waves. It's pitch black, and he hears strange sounds surrounding him. He has no room to move, and it's so humid that he gasps for breath. His seasickness and fear causes him to go into a deep sleep. Hours later, the camel awakens into a whole new world. He slowly opens his eyes, one at a time. He no longer is in a dark, tiny crate. The sun shines in his face. He sees fresh green grass and crowds of people passing by. He's startled by the whiny of a horse, and he starts to panic. His first reaction is to run, but he sees all the guards surrounding him. "Where am I?" yells the camel. "What am I doing here?" "You're in the Smithsonian Zoo," explains a nearby squirrel, chomping on a nut. "What's a zoo?" he asks, confused. Before the squirrel can answer, the zookeeper shouts, "Lunchtime! Come get your food!" On the way to the food, the camel sees a strange, enormous animal. The creature looks strong and mighty, but he's also got dreads that hang past his ears. He's wearing dark sunglasses, and he's moonwalking to singing "Do You Remember the Time" by Michael Jackson. The camel isn't too sure about this strange, enormous animal. He's never seen anything like it, but he thinks it may be a hippo. Before he can even start eating his lunch, the hippo starts walking towards him. "What's the long face?" asks the hippo. The camel doesn't know what to say. He's afraid to tell his strange creature the truth. He doesn't know where he is. He wants to go home. He misses his family. Before he can say a word, the hippo asks, "Come on, man, what's your name? Where are you from? Where's your family?" The camel takes a deep breath. "My name's Larry. I'm from Egypt." He lowers his head and softly murmurs, "My family died in a sandstorm." "What?" the hippo asks. "I didn't hear the last part." Larry's too sad and timid to say it again. "Never mind," he says. "Lunch is over," shouted the zookeeper. The hippo puts his big, heavy hand on Larry's hump and says, "Well, anyway, welcome. My name's Tanichi." The next morning, Larry is up and ready for a new day. He gets ready, he starts to spit a rhyme and make a beat. Larry loves to rap. He does it every free minute he gets. Rapping is the only way that Larry can express himself. It comforts him when he's sad. "As the time goes by and I'm sitting in this cage, I'm all alone and I'm seared and scared at a young age. I lost my family in a storm, and at night I'm always crying. Somebody please help me, 'cause inside I'm dying." Tanichi walks up to Larry with his eyebrows raised and a huge grin on his face. He exclaimed, "I can't believe you can rap." And in this excitable way, he asks, "How long you been rapping? What's your form of rapping? Has anyone else heard you rap?" Larry's startled by Tanichi. He doesn't know anyone else was listening, and he doesn't want anyone to know his whole story. Also, the hippo's constant questioning makes him nervous. So Larry moves away from Tanichi without answering any of his questions. "Hey, listen," Tanichi yells after him. "There's a talent show tomorrow, and you should definitely do it." Larry continues to walk away. He's thinking about his rap and how all the other animals would react to his story. "You're really, really good," Tanichi yells. "We can do it together. We'll be a duo. What do you think about that?" "You in or you out?" Tanichi asks. Larry stops walking. He realizes that if Tanichi likes his rapping, then the other animals might like it too. So, with a great sigh and a lot of hesitation, Larry responds, "Fine, I'll do it." "Cool, it's tomorrow after the zoo closes. Don't be late," Tanichi declares with uncontrollable excitement. All that night, Larry paces back and forth. He's still worried about the rest of the zoo animals hearing his story. Everyone here seems so confident and comfortable. They don't seem like they have any cares in the world, especially Tanichi. He says and thinks they won't understand his problems, and maybe they'll think that he doesn't belong. What if other animals boo him off the stage and make fun of him? Larry stays up almost all night worrying. When morning finally comes, he is really, really nervous, but starts to get ready anyway. All day he practices his rap in his head, but he tells himself still that they might not like it. Later in the day, once the zoo is closed, Larry finds himself backstage at the talent show, peeping through the curtains. He can see a large crowd of animals, and again he gets really, really nervous. Tanichi walks up to Larry, and he is ready to go on stage. "All right, Larry, we're ready. I'm about to get the crowd warmed up for you," says Tanichi excitedly. Tanichi starts moonwalking onto the stage, singing "Smooth Criminal" by Michael Jackson. Fog comes up from beneath the platform, and there are bright, colorful lights dancing across the stage. The crowd starts going wild, roaring and squawking. Elephants wave their trunks from side to side. Tanichi's still singing, and now it's Larry's turn to join him. As Larry walks onto the stage, the smoke clears, and the spotlight shines upon him. The crowd goes still, and all you can hear are crickets chirping. Larry freezes and blanks. He turns around as if he's about to walk off the stage. But before he can leave, Tanichi starts to introduce him. "Yo, everybody, this is my man Larry. He came all the way from Egypt. Give it up for him." The crowd slowly starts chanting, "Larry, Larry, Larry." Larry's knees start to buckle, but he looks into the crowd and sees all the excited faces. He closes his eyes and starts to spit his rhyme. "My name is Larry, got 3 humps on my back. A family died in a sand attack. And to this day, I still have flashbacks. Forced in a shack, trapped in this space. It's cold and black. I was hungry for days. There weren't any snacks. Now I'm stuck in the zoo where it's really whack. I miss my family and my red Pontiac. I miss the beautiful pyramids resting in the sun, making happy faces, just having fun. I miss playing tug of war with my friends, stuck at some zoo. It's not what I imagined. It's all I think about is what a life I had. Making new friends makes me feel glad. But on the inside, I still feel sad. At first, no one moves. And Larry thinks maybe he has said too much. But then, all of a sudden, the crowd goes wild, and Larry and Tanichi walk off the stage together. All the animals crowd around him, shouting out different stories. A lion roars, "I feel you, Larry. My mother was killed when I was just a cub." A monkey screeches, "I understand. I was taken from Indonesia." And the parrot squawks, "I was taken from Costa Rica to be sold as a pet." Larry is taken aback by all the stories that are similar to his. He realizes he's not alone, and that the other zoo animals can understand his very sad story. Because, as it turns out, they have sad stories too. Even Tanichi looks sad for a moment. "You okay, Larry?" asks Tanichi, leaning down close to whisper in his ear. "Yeah, man, you just move, brother. I miss my mama. Sometimes is all," repeats Tanichi. Larry can't believe it. Even singing, laughing, moonwalking Tanichi had problems. Tanichi continues, "Anyway, welcome to the family and your new home." As they're walking away from the stage, the crowd begins to cheer loudly. "Encore! Encore! Encore!" Tanichi nods his head in approval. "Are you ready for this?" he asks Larry. Larry smiles and does a little Harlem shake. "Let's do it." The end.